everybody, it's Randy Pierson, Vice President of Life and Annuities for Gordon Marketing, and welcome to another edition of Selling Life and Annuities. Today, we've got a fantastic topic for you, Premium Finance 101. You'll want to stay tuned. All right, everybody. Hey, today, during our Zoom version of Selling Life and Annuities, I'm very pleased to have with us our Life RVP, the very capable Craig Miera. So Craig, Premium Finance, can you give the viewers of this video just a high-level overview of Premium Finance?
Absolutely. So Premium Finance, really, Randy, in its simplest form, is just utilizing other people's money to fund part or sometimes all of the premium necessary for a larger style life insurance policy. Now, when we're talking about other people's money, we're typically talking about a bank or another lender that's going to come in and make those premiums on the client's behalf. There's really two ways to think about the premium finance industry. Over the last couple of years, there's been a small case platform, and then really since its inception, there's been a large case platform. So a large case platform, that's going to be your your traditional premium finance. And that's going to be your 10 million or more net worth client, estate planning needs. Really the elevator pitch there is going to be a client where they recognize they have a need for life insurance, a large life insurance program. Let's just call it $10 million. But they look at the producer and they say, Mr. Producer, there is no way I'm going to cut a check for $500,000 a year to fund this policy. Find another way. And that's where the premium finance aspect can come in. Instead of that client coming in for $500K a year, we can show them a program they come in for 10% of that. Now, the small case platform, that's going to be more for your income of $150,000 or more. These are not your $10 million net worth people. These are somewhere between $1 and $4 million. And that's really more of a concept where we're really looking to supercharge in IUL.
Excellent. Well, very good. Thanks for that overview. So, by the way, the viewers that are watching this video probably recognize that this is another one of our socially distanced, COVID-19 centric Selling Life and Annuities video. And we are still in this uncertain economic environment, right? A lot of unemployment. The business climate is in flux. So is today a good time or a bad time to be considering premium finance as a way to fund a life insurance policy?
Well, a couple of years ago, Randy, if you would have asked me that question, I'd probably give you a much different answer than I'm going to today. With interest rates being where they are, we're seeing money as cheap as it ever has been. If you're looking at 1 year, 90-day, 30-day LIBOR, we're in a situation right now where, again, money is very inexpensive. So that is one of the biggest factors that comes into a premium finance transaction. If interest rates start to creep up, the cost of money gets more expensive, then that transaction can come under stress in a much sooner pace rather than others. So with again, interest rates being rock bottom right now, there has really, truly never been, in my opinion, a better time to really looking at this type of transaction for our clients.
Wow, fantastic. So, when I talk to advisors or go to industry meetings and premium finance comes up, I hear a lot of different carriers involved in premium finance, lenders, maybe vendors that are supporting that business. Why all of that diversity? Why does that matter?
Well, there's really three main people involved here. Obviously, you have the insured and the producer, but the three main parties here are the lender, the vendor, and the carrier, right? With the lender, that's pretty straightforward here, right? We're going to have an interest rate involved. We're going to have someone to come in and is going to facilitate the transaction as far as lending the capital over. Now, the vendor, this is the most important part of the equation. This is what's going to make or break the case. This is the company or the vendor that's going to come in and help us set everything up from A to Z. And not every vendor out there is created equal. That's something that's very, very important to remember. Some vendors are going to come in for a 0% split. Some vendors are going to come in for up to a 50 or 60% split. So not only is there a difference there as far as the compensation goes, but really most importantly, who is going to be most capable for that exact producer and that exact client from a situation to situation. Now, the carriers involved, that's, we're pretty straightforward there as well. All the carriers are going to play ball here, depending on if we're in a large case or small case platform. But really picking that carrier is going to be dependent upon what the total goals are of the client, as well as vendor and lender guidance as well.
Okay, so, clearly an intriguing concept, but I'm sure we've got a lot of advisors, agents out there that are watching this video, but don't feel like they have a high degree of comfort level in discussing it with prospects. But they think they have a prospect. So in your opinion, I mean, what would an advisor do? How would they proceed?
Well, I think that's where the vendor situation comes into effect again. With some vendors coming in at a 0 split and others coming in at a 50 split, we can really help here at Gordon Marketing pair you up with that vendor that's going to help you the best. There may be some producers, like you said, Randy, that really can identify this type of client, but this type of transaction may or may not be in their wheelhouse. We can pair you up with a vendor that's going to go out there and either possibly help you take this sale from A to Z and go out on this sale with you. Or if you're one of the more experienced producers out there, then they're going to have a more no-touch type concept, right? And they're going to simply just be there to help guide, set up the trust, and take us from A to Z without them ever having a face in the transaction at all.
Excellent. And so therefore, our role is really to bring all those component parts together: the producer, the advisor, the lender, the vendor, the carriers, right? To finesse and facilitate the sales process. So as we're running out of time here and this video is coming to an end, if an advisor wants to learn more, maybe put their toe in the water with regards to premium finance, how do they learn more?
So I think it really just all starts with the conversation, Randy. Like we said, every case is gonna be different, right? I have a complete encyclopedia, if you will, of different vendors' information I can set you up with. But let's start with the conversation. We can guide out from there, and I can get you over the information from there.
Excellent. So if you're an advisor out there and you've enjoyed this Premium Finance 101 video and want to learn more, or perhaps even think that you might have a case or a prospect that you'd like to present this idea to, all you have to do is reach out to Craig Miera, or you can reach out to me here at Gordon Marketing. We're available to assist you and help you bring those cases to the finish line. But with that, we're going to call this episode of Selling Life and Annuities to an end. Please make sure you click subscribe under this video so that you can get more of this fantastic content, because our purpose here is to help you, advisors and agents, do more life and annuity business, become much more successful, make more money. We'll see you next Tuesday with a new edition of Selling Life and Annuities. Thanks for watching.